Hello there, my name is Scanolian and I'm going to be talking about 3 different shows I watched recently, this year essentially. We've got The Mandalorian Season 3, held on Disney. We've got RWBY Volume... I'm going to ruin this. Volume 10. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. And we have Picard Season 3, which is on Amazon Prime. Prime Video, you know, that sort of thing. So I just want to talk about them and say essentially what I feel, which ones were my favourite. Clearly the thumbnail might give you an idea as to which ones particularly are the winners for me, but there are reasons for this. With Mandalorian, I loved the first season. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great seeing someone who wasn't wielding a lightsaber, who was just part of the Star Wars universe, doing his own thing, being a bounty hunter and stuff like that. It kind of veered off near season 2 when really the bounty hunting was a secondary part of what was going on, which I still didn't mind. It was okay. It was still enjoyable. I still really enjoyed both seasons. First one's still my favourite overall. But yeah, essentially. Third season, unfortunately for me, I was very disappointed. There was moments in it that I lost interest. There was parts that were just ridiculous. The action scenes they're just randomly happening out of nowhere. It just seemed like a season where they truly didn't know where they were going. They were just aiming in several different directions and they had no idea what's going on. They were just... We wanted to do this, we're going to have a dinosaur in this episode, we're going to have a pterodactyl in the next episode. There'll be a point where there'll be a giant rock monster thing comes from the ground. Like, it felt like Monster of the Week almost. There was a few good parts I enjoyed, like episode 3 was really cool. It reminded me of Andor, which if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. It's hard because it's a show that starts off very slow. It does it. Even recently watching it again with family, my dad and brother, they both kind of went into it to begin with, which I can understand. But honestly, if you just keep going through it, watching each episode, it gets better and better. The writing is really well done. You can tell they've put a lot of love and care into this show. And on top of that, it runs so well. It makes you care about the characters, even the brand new ones they bring in, which are really good. But essentially, with Mando Season 3, I felt like they had no real end goal as to what they wanted for Mandalorian. He gets sidelined, which for me was just... Well, he just ruined his character. He just got rid of his whole purpose. Which kind of sucks, because he had a lot of potential, especially at the end of Season 2. There are some fight scenes that are not bad. Nothing too amazing, honestly. Acting, for the most part, just same as usual. Decent actors. They had some really strange cameos, which I'm still kind of confused by. But yeah. But yeah, Season 3 for me, it was a lackluster thing. It had some moments of fun, but a lot of it was just dumb in my opinion, and I just don't enjoy it. I would assume they're doing a Season 4. I will probably watch the first episode and see how it comes from that, and maybe watch more depending on if it's better. It feels like the entire show was just pulled away from its initial purpose from the first 2 seasons. Which, yeah, people enjoyed, I didn't, so that's that. Moving on to RWBY. This might be a show you've never heard of, or you've heard of and you've never thought, yeah, I'll watch it, it looks pretty good. But understandable. It's been going on for 10 years, over 10 years now, something like that. It's a long-going show. If you did want to get into it, the episodes to begin with aren't very long, but the animation is pretty mediocre just because of how old it is and the technology at the time that was used to make it, which perfectly fine. However, the choreography and the characters and the storylines are fantastic, and that is one reason I'd say you should watch it. Slowly over time as well, it does get better. The graphics improve to the point, as you can see in the background here, that's the main character RWBY. It's very clean looking, it's really nice to watch. one thing I really like about RWBY is its small details. You'll notice that a lot through the seasons, which is really nice. But this season, some people thought it was a filler. I know, like... Well, first off, RWBY... I should probably explain what RWBY's even about. RWBY's about essentially 4 characters who are huntresses who hunt down Grimm, which are essentially like evil monsters type thing. There's a massive enemy villain type character who gets introduced later on. I won't give away any spoilers, but she's a big deal. She's connected somehow to the Grimm, and essentially it's just them going through fighting these creatures, learning more about themselves, going to different places, stuff like that. Honestly, you should probably just check it out. I'm not the greatest at explaining too many things or summarizing, but I really enjoyed it. I've been watching it since it started, and honestly, this season was fantastic. Again, I'm going back to what people said. Some people said it's a filler season, which I can see what they're saying, but is filler really something if the characters within it are progressing past a point they started? Because each character has, well, maybe not each character, but there is an arc with the main character RWBY, which was a great one. I thought it was really cool. It does kind of reset her to back how she was, but at the same time she's learned from what she did. Plus it also includes stuff from big characters that we were introduced to in a few seasons back, kind of giving them backstory to their lore, which I think kind of improves and gives them depth. The entire season's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland. They're in this place where everything's all strange, colourful. No one knows what a human is, apparently. Everyone's kind of like an animal or like an automaton or something like that. But the season itself was really good. I felt it was really well written. The characters, I felt they were improved upon again. And it was just a fun season, although there are parts that are traumatizing. There's some pretty crazy stuff that happens in the close to the end of the season, which I won't give away. But it was kind of like, oh wow, okay, fair enough. And you wait for the next season, and holy shit, it just got crazy. But yeah, this is a great season. I really enjoyed it. The characters were great. The little story that followed was good. The little arcs for some of the characters, some of them concluding things that people are really happy about, and then other things that people are kind of a bit meh on, which is fair enough. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I'm going to probably watch it again with another friend because they have not seen it yet, and I think they should. And I'm curious on their opinion as well. But yeah, comparing this to Mandalorian, this had a purpose. It had a story. The characters were all interesting. They weren't just people under helmets saying lines a lot of the time. They added some really interesting style of art, and the fights were pretty decent. Really enjoyed that. They always have a nice combination of fights between the 4 characters where they combine the characters' abilities together to take down one person, which is always really cool. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic season. I'm hoping they make another season because there has been talks that they might not, possibly, but I don't know. Being on Crunchyroll, hopefully more people will see it, and hopefully doing that will greenlight the next volume, which would be fantastic because it was great. I don't know if I'm doing this very well. This is my first time really talking about shows and stuff, but essentially I just wanted to get my thoughts out and just explain how I feel about them. Picard Season 3. Okay, so Picard, obviously from Star Trek Next Generation, and a couple of movies. Actually about 3 movies, I believe, actually. First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. Plus I think it's Next Generation with William Shatner. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. But essentially, Star Trek. I saw Season 1 a while ago when it came out. Not exactly impressed. There was parts that were decent, some episodes were fun. But it was it felt like they were doing that thing where they brought in new characters and trying to push them in front of the main characters, and then break down the old characters so that the main characters seem more interesting and cool. And I don't like it. Star Wars did it, and that was not good, and no one enjoyed it, so I completely agree that that was not good. Season 2 I never watched. I heard bits about it, and it didn't sound interesting to me. They killed off a character, which I thought was kind of nuts considering what they were. It was kind of, alright, whatever. But yeah, season 1, okay, had some nice moments. Season 2, couldn't care less. Just, I don't care to try and watch it. Season 3, on the other hand, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It was fantastic. They did the thing that Star Wars should have done, and they didn't. What did Star Wars do? They brought back all the old characters. Not all of them were in the same room at the same time. They're all in their separate things. One of them sadly passed away. Couldn't get that moment, so they wasted it. And instead they gave us brand new characters. Some of them were okay, some of them not too bad, some of them were awful. And they just butchered a lot of the stuff that came with Star Wars. However, in this one, in Star Trek Picard Season 3, they bring back every character from the next generation. I don't want to try and name them all, because I'll probably mess it up. But I'll try. It's Picard, Riker, Worf, Data, Diana Crusher. No, wait. Isn't it? Shit, I messed up already. Oh, man. I think Diana's one name and Crusher's the other. Dr. Crusher. But yeah, they brought them all back. And they put them in one room, which was, not going to say where, but they brought them back to a specific place, and it was fantastic. It was a season that allowed the characters to have a final finish to their journey, to let the actors probably say a big goodbye to each other. I'm assuming they're still friends, of course, but this was like a massive goodbye in terms of their characters, and they were playing them for years, which is amazing. But this season also introduced a few new characters. Like I said, I don't want to give away spoilers or anything. I don't want people to be spoiled by stuff. But they brought in a new character who was connected to one of the main cast. He was really good. I really enjoyed him. And they brought in... Actually, to be fair, there's another character that's connected to the main cast. She was also really good. I feel like these two characters could continue the storyline to everything that's going on. But it was a great season because it was just lots of nostalgia that wasn't forced upon you. It felt like it was naturally placed. The actors were just in their prime. Like, it was fantastic. I'm trying to think of what was my favourite part. My favourite part might have been literally just when they all got together. They brought in Raffi again, who was a character from season 1 and 2. She was okay. She wasn't amazing in the first season. But I did really enjoy her in this one. I thought she melded really well with the cast. And particularly Worf, because she connects with him. And they end up doing a little adventure together, and it was really well done. Each character, you can tell they've changed, but they've changed for the better, and it was awesome to see. The CGI was amazing. Like, the ships looked like essentially film-worthy versions of them, which was great to see. The action was good. I don't like the phasers. I don't like the phasers. They're just pew-pews now. Yeah, the phasers I didn't really care too much for. The pew-pews, I much prefer the old school where it's like a beam and it like, just connects to them and then, you know, just bzzz type thing. But it's still cool. They introduced a new uniform too, which was like leather jackets, but like the colours of their station, like the rank, and they look really cool. I honestly want to buy one. If you can get one. They were very snazzy. Sorry about the interruption there as well. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, season 3 was fantastic. It had a fantastic ending for them all. They brought back an old villain too, which was really cool. Again, I'm not giving away anything, not at all. They brought a new villain called Vadik, who was, she was nuts, but in a good way. She was a character that was very quirky and domineering to her, like, squad team, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, she was really cool. She was quite scary at times, and there was moments where you could see her character change due to something else that was like forcing her to do stuff, and it was cool to see a difference between her being a feared and scary character to someone who's fearful of something else. So that was cool. The Captain Shaw, that's another new character they added, which was the ship's captain. He was great. I really enjoyed this character. They had a little development arc, which was really cool. They brought back 7 of 9 from Voyager, if you ever saw that. She was fantastic, and she had moments of kind of, what are you doing? That's a bit weird, but it's fine. But she looks great. Great moments with them all, honestly. It was fantastic. Can't stop saying fantastic, apparently, but that's fine. Overall, absolutely loved it. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to force on my friends to watch it with me, because I want to watch it again. It was great, and I want to see their opinion, because they're not a Star Trek fan. So seeing someone who's non-Star Trek watch it will be even cooler. Well, yeah, that's my wins. My wins are Picard Season 3 and Volume 9/10, because I forgot, of RWBY. Mandalorian Season 3 is down, and these two are up. But yeah, just thoughts. Essentially, it's all I wanted to give out, and hey, if you got any ideas, if you think I'm wrong, comment it down below. I will debate you. We will talk. We will chat. We will figure things out, and if we're both right or wrong, who cares? As long as you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed Mandalorian Season 3, doesn't bother me. As long as you enjoyed it, it's all that matters. If it's not worth watching RWBY, it's fine. It's all good. But yeah, drop a comment. Like if you really want. I have no idea if I'm doing another one of these things at any point in my life. I have no idea. At the moment, I'm just trying to come up with ideas, trying to do things that might be cool. I have my Wolfenstein playthrough still running on Twitch at the moment. Should be playing that again soon. Uploading part 1, 2, possibly 3 in the next weekish. So look forward to that. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk, rant, splurge, splooge, all that. And I'll catch you all later. As always, keep on gaming and take care of yourselves. Peace out.